Hello. Yeah. Can hear me. Je pense pas que ça marche. On m'entend? On m'entend? Can you hear me, guys? Yeah? Great. Great, great. So, hello everyone, and welcome to this post day. So my name is Valentin Gailly. I'm a team leader in the Quick Start consulting team. And today I will actually keep in mind what is the mission of the Quick Start team, because we are basically trying to make sure that SMEs are starting their business as fast as possible, and also in terms of implementation, etc. So we'll actually keep this in mind while doing this talk so that we can implement our very own restaurant in 20 minutes. All right, so last year, you've potentially discovered the Odoo truck. You can actually see one of those here and one in the outside. And what is the purpose of the Odoo truck? It's basically, it's the right talk, no worries. So it's basically teaching people on how does an ERP system work, etc. So we actually launched a lot of new crazy ideas here at Odoo, right? And so this year I just decided to launch my very own restaurant. Well, it's fictive for now, but I'm pretty sure I'll be able to convince Fabien on this. And so actually I want to introduce you the new restaurant, the Odoo restaurant. All right. Okay, so actually here let's take a step back and put myself in the shoes of a restaurant owner and feel like, okay, what is the main thing I need in order to start my very own restaurant? Right, so I actually pointed out 6 main items that you can see here. So we need, of course, a name and a place. All right, some tables and furnitures. We need the best dishes in town. Pretty sure we have them already. We need a team, so cooks, waiters, and a chef. And a nice looking menu, of course. And then to get some money, I'm pretty sure that we'll need also a cash register and some displays. All right, so these are the 6 main items I would need if I wanted to open a restaurant now, right? Actually, in Odoo, we'll just keep the same list. And so you'll see that's quite easy to start. Okay, so if I take my first item here in this list, I have so a name and a place. So for the name, you just see it at the top, so it's a Odoo. Let's see how we can just easily configure that in Odoo, right? So let me jump on this database. Just to give a bit of context, I've just created this database. I've just done 2 things. So just loading a set of product and some contacts, but for the rest, we'll configure everything together, right? Okay, so this is my database, and here we'll see all the different apps that are pre-installed when we decide to actually launch our app restaurant. So when you just access the apps and you download the restaurant app, you will actually have a set of apps that are pre-installed. All right, so among them we find the point of sales, of course, the new app, the kitchen display that you have already seen here at the bar. Pretty sure that you have seen that. Then also the invoicing and inventory. We'll not dig too much on those apps because, yeah, just to imprecate things, and so we'll be actually able to send invoices to our client if we want. Imagine that it's for a business lunch and stuff like that, and for inventory we could also just manage the inventory. Let's imagine we have a lot of expensive bottles that are in our restaurant, we could manage that as well. All right, so if I just get back to my checklist here and find a name and a place, so the name I have it, the place also, I'll just configure that directly in Odoo, right? So let me jump on this database, and the first thing we're gonna do is just heading here into the settings, and then change and update the information about our company. So for the moment, just call this Odoo, and I've just uploaded here a small logo that we have here, just some address, so the one I have is just the headquarters of Odoo. So just the settings for the company first. And then we can actually go back to the main menu here by clicking at the top left corner, and now we can actually go inside the point of sales, right? So when I actually click here on the point of sales, I will be dropping on 2 different items that are preloaded here. So we see that we have one shop and we have a restaurant, okay? But the one we will actually be using for today is, of course, the restaurant. I guess you have seen the title at the beginning. So we can actually just rename this. And as you see, we have plenty of place here, right? Meaning that you could actually open a lot of new restaurants as well if you want. We could open one in Louvain-la-Neuve, so the headquarters of Odoo, one in Brussels, one in Paris, or whatsoever, okay? So here we just are gonna name this this one, so Odoo Louvain-la-Neuve, so this is the first restaurant I will open. I can just go here on the small dots, click on edit. I'll be dropping here. I'll actually rename this Odoo LLN, standing for Louvain-la-Neuve, which is the city, again, the headquarters of Odoo, okay? I'm just gonna save this. So for the moment, it was super easy. I guess we all follow this. So we have our name and we have a place, right? So now we need some tables and furnitures. Let's focus mostly on the tables. how can I actually configure tables within Odoo? So we have two main possibilities to do so, but we'll just take the one that is the most visual one, and we're gonna present that directly. So to actually shape the tables we have in our restaurant and make sure that this is actually quite representative for the waiters, what we can do is just heading here into the new session. We'll actually gonna connect here on the main, let's say, cash register, just opening a session for now. So we're not gonna sell anything right now, but just we need to open this because you could also change the map, you know, every day. If you see that you have a big table, you could actually reshape everything also in the morning if you would like to. Okay, so here you see that this is the floor. For the moment, I just have one table. Pretty sure that I will not make enough money to survive if I stay this if I let things like this. So we can actually update things, and so we can just click here. Maybe I can just zoom in a bit. Yeah, there I go. And then just click here and click on Edit Plan. All right. So from there, I will be directly able to edit the plan and some tables. I can add tables. So you see that you have here at the top the plus table. So it's actually creating some tables here. I can create table 2. Of course, the table 1 will be, let's say, here, and then the table 2 will be here. And if I would like to actually create a new table, the third one, I could actually also decide to change the shape of it and put it more like as a round, and put this here and here. So, well, it's quite linear for the restaurant now, but let's not lose too much time on this. And you can just also, if you would like to rename them, put the number of seats that the table can have, so 4 people, for example, etc. And this will have some impacts for later. All right, so if I just close this, this will be saved and this will remain for every new session I open. But as soon as I would like to change this, I can just simply go back here in the edit view, and we can do that as easily as I just showed you, right? So let me just close the session now. Say, okay, that's closed. We didn't make any money. It's just for configuration purposes for now. But at least we have our very own restaurant with some tables there, right? So my second item is done here. Now we need the best dishes in town. So I'm actually also a bit of a cooker today. So we'll actually create some dishes here directly in Odoo. Okay. How can we do this? Easy one. We can just simply go here from the point of sales, go into the products and select product here. And there we will see a lot of different dishes we have. Okay, so these one are the one that we have preloaded already, like in the database. But we can configure one together so that we make sure that everything is smooth for you to configure your own restaurants as well. So let me click here on New, and then we have this display. And now we can just put a name. So if there are some Italians in the place, I hope I will not grab the name of it, but I would say like amatriciana, which is a very famous. There we go. Famous dish in Italy, and so this is pastas basically. For the product type, I'll just leave this as consumable. I don't want to actually keep track of this the thing. You know, I have many pots and stuff, so it would be really hard to manage stock for this specific dish. So let me put this as consumable. We just say, okay, this is something I sell without keeping track. Okay. Then we have the sales price. Actually, I've made a bit of a benchmark around, and actually I would say that 19 euros seems to be a good fit here. So I would actually go for 19 euro. Thing is, you know that here I just said 19 euro, but we see 22.99. If you're a Belgian resident, you know that VAT is already 6%, and actually the display is not so great, right? So 22.99, I wouldn't make my client pay that, so it would be a bit weird. So I can already change the tax here, if I would like to 6%, because in Belgium the VAT is for 6% for food in restaurants. And actually, I still have this price that is not really, let's say, a visual and nice for the client. So how can I do this to make sure that my price actually already includes the tax? I can simply go here into the configurations, into the taxes, finding back my 6% by looking here or just type it in, of course, here at the top. I can just click here and go into the advanced options and just click on include in the price. Okay, so we'll not go further into the taxes, not the purpose of it today, but we just want to make sure that this is already included in the price. Okay, so let's get back to my product now and reopen Amatriciana. Okay, so we see now it's 19 euro, exactly the round price that I wanted for my clients, and we see that now the tax excluded 17.92. All right, so this is done on this side. All right. Now, for the cost, could actually just calculate this a bit out of my head. I would say like around 9 euro, including like the service, etc. So I'll just go for this one, and then see what I potentially have missed already. So I see here that can be purchased. No, in my restaurant, everything is freshly made, so I'll definitely not purchase something I will resell. I'll just remove this as well, so that's one thing to do. And then we can actually see that this can be sold, of course, and how can we sell it? We can just go here now in the sales, and make sure that we have the available in POS, all right? So here it's pre-selected because I am already in the point of sales app, but if not, please make sure that you select this so that you can see it later on in your very own restaurant. So I have this now, and then I'm still missing two things. Something visual, actually a picture, that would be nice, no? We've seen like many dishes, was appealing actually, so let's just put a picture here, there we go. And I will also add a POS category, which is different from the product category. We'll see a bit what it is, but let's see that together. So for the POS category, so we see that we're in the section point of sales category. I'll just put this as pasta, okay? We'll see what this is doing later on. Okay, so now if I save this, actually I've created my own dish. So looks like it took a lot of time, but actually easy one. If I want, I can just duplicate this, change the name, changing the picture. I have my other types of pasta. Okay, so it's easy to configure and super quick to do. All right, so if I take my checklist back, name a place, okay, tables, right? So best dishes in town, pretty sure. I hope you will taste them one day. Need to launch that at one point. Then cooks, waiters, and a chef. So let's give some credit to the team as well. So in order to actually add some employees using the POS, so the point of sales shop, we can actually just use employees without having new users. So you basically just need one user for the POS, so that you can select who is doing what, etc. as a waiter, as a chef, etc. But to configure that, we can just go back to our main applications here, then heading to the configurations and settings right at the top here. Then if I go a bit below, we'll see that we have somewhere here the multi-employees per session, meaning that we can have a lot of different employees using Odoo and with only one user. I'm sorry. We'll give and create some employees directly here on the fly. For the basic and advanced rights, it's not really the time to discuss that, but I think it's potentially covering the tips and tricks for later. So I'll just actually create people here. I would say so. We have the waiter here, Antoine the chef. Biagio, the pizzaiolo, up, and yeah, I don't know, Laurent, the owner, for example. So these are my 4 main people in my restaurant. It's already good. We're already 4, just launching, so start. And we'll see a bit what this is doing inside the database as well. Okay, so for my people, it's done now. Now we need a nice looking menu. Well, I just launched this business, and basically I don't have much money, right? So I guess pretty the same case for every new business launch. And so if I now need to have a designer coming and then designing few things can take me like a lot of money. And yeah, for the moment I just want to focus on my pasta. So actually, let's see what Odoo has to offer for that, right? So if I jump back now into Odoo, you'll see that here in the sections, we have the mobile self-order and kiosk. Actually, you can already see that live here directly at the bar to have like the kiosk and stuff. But for the moment, let's keep it easy. We just launched this restaurant. I keep the quick start methodology in my head, and let's just use the QR menu for the moment. So actually, Odoo has already pre-configured some QR codes that will enable me to get on the menu. But of course, what you would like to see now is the menu. So we can simply here go in the preview web interface so that we can see it for myself. Of course, if you scan the QR code, that would work as well. We can just click here on order now because the shop is closed, so that's just the reason now. And we will see actually all the different dishes we have. So if you remember, I was mentioning that we have POS categories. Easy one, you can find them here, all right? So we'll actually be able to classify everything based on the categories, the POS categories, and we can find all the different pasta. So I actually have a nice looking menu directly from the start without having to do anything on it. All right, so I can just close this now and get back to my settings and just check this item. So nice looking menu is done as well. Now we need, of course, the real deal, some money. So I will actually need a cash register, and we'll have some displays as well. Okay, so for the cash register, how can we configure that? So we'll not get too much into detail. I will just present you what is available for now. And during the day here, we are at the POS day, we'll have some people explaining a bit more on the payment terminals, etc., in the tips and tricks notably. So we'll just quickly go on this now, but without getting too much into details. So if we go a bit below here in the settings of the point of sales, we have the payment methods, which is bank, customer account, and cash restaurant. Those are the three predefined, let's say, way of payments that we have. And actually, if you check every one of them, so if we have the cash restaurant, well, it's just cash. I guess it's easy for you to understand. Customer account enables you to just open an account for a client. So potentially it's just like someone that is coming every week. I personally go every week to one in the same restaurant. I might have a customer account there. No one knows, my wife neither. And then, yeah, basically you can just open a customer account for it. That's an easy one. And then for the bank, of course, you'll not be paying via wire transfer like at a restaurant. No one's doing that, right? So actually you can just plug a terminal. We have predefined terminal payments, so Adyen, Stripe, etc. Some of them might need the IoT, I'm sorry, but actually you can just plug terminals, and this would be then what will be used for the bank, for example. All right, so actually, if I want it to be a bit more appealing, can just say bank Stripe. In this case. All right. So that's done, relating to all my cash registers. And then if we go back now on the main menu, if you remember, Netflix coming in, okay, point of sales, we actually have this second app, which is the kitchen display. The kitchen display is an easy one. You could also see it during the, let's say, the keynote, but let's open this and see a bit about the configurations here. So when I open the kitchen display, the first thing that is popping to my eyes here is the kitchen display itself, but you see that again, you have a lot of space, right? So you can actually create as many displays that you would like. Imagine that you have a kitchen, you have a bar, you have a second kitchen outside, indoor, etc. You can actually create as many as you want so that your people here and the waiter can know like exactly where it needs to go, right? So let's create one together. If we create one here, and let's call that we have a specific bar. It came the same here. We have food and the bar, which is our two places different. You can just select the bar here, and what we will want to apply in this case is just to my food restaurant, okay, and for the product categories that are drinks. Of course, at the bar would not be cooking pasta, wouldn't make sense. And you see here that you have different stages, so the to prepare, ready, and complete. For the moment, I will just keep that, but you could add as much stages you would like, and actually you can just proceed along the way. We'll see a bit what that is in motion just later on. Okay, so I can just say for the bar it's drinks, and I will just go then, of course, for the kitchen. Here, click on configure, and say it's for the burgers and for the pasta. Yups, there I go. Okay. Let me now just quickly open this. Oops, we'll just duplicate so I have every one of those up. And just close this, and I will open the different ones. So I have the bar and I have the kitchen display now. Of course, for the moment we don't have anything there. I mean, we haven't ordered anything. But then let me just go on my main menu here into the point of sales here and open a session so that we can put everything in motion. If we just check at our checklist, it seems that we have done everything in Odoo. Pretty sure it's less than 20 minutes so far, so let's see how this is going now live, right? So let me just go here in the Odoo LLM session, so cash register, and just use this, and then we'll actually now find every employee we have created, so that you can actually identify yourself as being this one, and so we know who is responsible of what. In this case, I'll just say that I am have the waiter in this case. I just select myself here, and I can say what is the cash I already have in my cash register. Okay. For the moment, just started it. Yeah, let's just make it easy. Just 150, 20, 10, easy one. Yeah, let's start the session with 100 in my cash for the moment. Okay, so we have the different tables here, and again I can move them around if I would like to. Okay, I've changed like a bit the display here, but we can move them around, etc. But we have already done that. So let's just take a concrete example. So customer is coming in. There are 4 people inside the restaurant that would like to have a table. I'll just go for the table 1 here, easy one. Let's click on a table, and then boom, you drop on this. All right. So that's basically the same as for the shop. So it's an easy one. If you have a shop and a restaurant, well, it's a weird business potentially, but then that would be as easy as that. Not a weird business actually. So how can we do this? We have people that are ordering a few things, and it's actually really good that we have launched the Amatriciana because everyone seems to like it. So let's just take this. And there are four of them, and actually four of them would like to have a trichanas. And then for the drinks, they are still a bit, it's a bit early in the day, and they still have to work later on. So they will actually just go for iced tea and potentially a Minute Maid there. Okay. When I select those, you see that now we have a green color here. What does this green color mean? It's basically saying that we are selecting those so that we can click on order and send them to be cooked and prepared. Okay. So if I double click on something, it will get back to purple here, and you see that the order would be a bit different, and that would mean that I could order later. Like imagine that we have the first dish and second dish, etc. That would be the use for it. Okay. So let me put this back, and you can just click on order, etc. Let me just show you before and after, so you see that here we don't have anything, right? And as soon as I click here on order, we can see now that in the kitchen display, I will have my forama trichana to prepare. Okay, so if we look a bit up here, we have the different stages. So we have the to cook, okay, so I'm just the chef here, I will be needing to cook this. And at the same moment, actually, the person at the bar can also prepare the drinks. And so we have two different displays, so we can just have two different screens completely away from each other, it's okay. And we will be able to actually centralize everything in terms of information. So I'm the cook here, I can just say, okay, the amatrichanas are done. You see that now it's disappearing and getting into the ready. So the ready here is basically the one when the waiter can just take the dishes to bring them to the table. And then same for the bar here, we'll just say, okay, so the iced tea are done. Let's now do the Minute Maids, then these are ready, okay? So as a waiter now, the one I will be using is not the to prepare and to cook. I'm not cooker, right? I'm just a waiter here in this case. I would just want to bring dishes to the tables, right? So the one I will be having is actually the ready stage. If I were a waiter, okay, and then I can just click when this is actually given to the customer, and we see that now it is completed. Okay, same for the drinks. Could be like two different waiters, one that is serving drinks and the other one for the plates, and just do this, and then we see that now it's completed. So in terms of management, the person have received their plates, etc. So they are enjoying my delicious pasta. And now we see that we actually have our table that is right there, and we see that now the colors are still black now, not green anymore. We cannot just send them for ordering. And let's say that now they have finished their dishes, okay, and we'll go for the payment. So if we just want them to be able to pay, we can just click here on payment, okay, and we can find our different payment methods here. So we have the bank, customer account, cash restaurant. So let's make easy for now and just keep on the cash restaurant in this case. So they will just be paying by cash, okay. But it's a business lunch, so they would like to actually have a receipt and also having as well an invoice, etc. for it. So we can just click here on the invoice. Of course, Odoo will ask me, okay, to whom should I send this invoice? So I will need to select a customer in this case. It's a regular customer. It's Anita, so it's coming like every week here. So it's a person I already know, and I can just simply have the address in my Odoo database, and we'll send that directly to these people. Okay, so we can just close the tab here, making sure that this is now paid. All right, and we see that now we have our invoice that is downloaded already, so we can just do this. If you have a printer, this can be printed as well. And I also have like the small ticket here, and if we want, we can also send the ticket via email. So I can just click here, so that she has the full information here. And then actually our main demo is done on this, because like Clarence just paid and is leaving the company. Okay, so I'm now closing the session, mentioning how many let's say money I have. I would be like 184, then .80. There I go. Just closing the session now, and the day is over. I can just go home now. Maybe not here, but then later on. So that was all for the talk and for the demonstration. So if you have any questions, it's the time to shoot, right? Yeah. Yes. Yes. So Armin is coming with me as well. She's the post expert and retail expert, so she will be helping me on this one. So we have multiple questions here. Just waiting for people to type the full question. Vas-y, je sais pas si... Okay. I guess we can start with the first question. So we have, let's just going around. Is it possible to split a bill if only one person is sitting at a table? I honestly have no clue. I haven't tested it, but maybe you have an answer for that.
Actually, what you can do is, so you have different payment methods. If the person wants to split the bill between using different payment methods, you can indeed do it. I don't know if it answered the questions. If not, come and see me after the talk.
Okay. Then we have, if I've forgotten that I have a freeze product, is there any indication that I can look at this? Relating to expiration, I guess, for fresh product. Right? I don't know who asked the question, so just to make sure we understand this.
There's actually no indication on the kitchen display or in the post that you cannot use it. That's more actually in the backend that you would be able to see that.
Then we have can you show again what you mentioned with the product in purple in the ordering surface when you said that it can be ordered later? So basically, if I now head back to a new session, it's like the cache will just be here, whoever. Okay, can just do this. And basically, the thing is here, if I have like multiple dishes and multiple things, I can simply see here that everything is in green. So it means that if I now click on order, everything will be ordered, but we can actually just deselect things here by double clicking. So you see that actually we'll not be ordering the milkshake because that would be then for the dessert. Let's say. Don't know if this is answering the questions. If not, please don't hesitate to say it. So can we send messages to the kitchen, like order a burger without tomatoes?
Indeed, that's something you can actually do with a customer note we have there, and then it will appear indeed in the kitchen display.
Yes. Yeah, I wouldn't say like without tomatoes on a milkshake. It wouldn't make sense, but like without chocolate or something. So yeah, actually, and that would be a send also to the kitchen directly. If you have to cook, well, that's not here.
Actually, it should appear on the kitchen display, but it seems like there's a small problem there.
Yeah.
It's okay.
No. Actually, yeah. Actually, the milkshake is in the bar section, I think. So that's the reason, I guess. With the milkshake here, yeah, I don't see the message there. Yeah, to be seen potentially.
We can check together after.
We can check that at the booth. Just a small point also. So the booth of the post. So many people were asking where is the post booth. We can easily find us next to the bar actually, like just after the bar. So you can find the post booth there to ask questions.
I see here a question about inventory management and how we can actually manage the cost of the bill of materials and the cost of the products. So actually it works like it would in the backend. So basically you need to have a storable product or even a consumable, and then if you add the cost, you will be able to track that.
Yeah. Just checking which one we already answered. Is it possible to create a table in the configurations and copy it? So actually yes. So if we have this, I'll just get back. I will need to close the session first and finish my orders. Oops. Just say here. Okay. There we go. Come on. Yeah. There we are. And then I can just close my session because I will need to actually edit the plan. No. Actually I can edit here directly, and you'll see that if you select table, you can easily copy it. And so yeah, that's an easy one to quickly manage that. I already see that there was also a question relating to early ticket printing. So of course, when you come, you don't receive the bill at when you are actually paying. So you can receive it first. This is a section that we have also. You need to select it in the configurations. And then to activate it, I think you can just click on the bill first here, and so it will be actually printing first before getting to the payment zone. Okay. So we have, is there a way to add also the receipt instructions to the dishes?
Do you mean, if you mean like really a plan of a recipe on how to create the dish? Today it's not possible, but you could be able to use that together with bill of materials actually in manufacturing, but that's a bit more complex to use.
Then we have the how do you manage multiple orders in the cashier? Actually, it's really by table. So if I click on the table, I will see everything hitting back. If I now click on another table, you will see that this is the different orders. So we have it here. And from the kitchen display, actually you see at the top here that we have the table 1, which is mentioned, so the T1, etc. So it's easy to understand which table is doing what.
Okay, I think it's time to finish with the Q&A. If you still have questions, please come and